Welcome to Daniel's Inferno. My name is Daniel. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a wonderful and joyous Christmas day. Happy Hanukkah and happy holidays. Today's video, as you can see from the screen, Trump's Home Alone 2 scene was cut from the CBC Christmas broadcasts. So, my country's national broadcasting station, Canadian Broadcasting Station, or CBC, has cut the cameo appearance of Donald Trump in Home Alone 2. It's very iconic in the movie. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are very iconic Christmas movies. So, let's go through this today. I want to say, after Christmas, this is very embarrassing. This is not the type of stuff we should be, like, Canadians shouldn't be seen for doing this, for censoring a movie because the president of the USA is in it. Like, I'm beyond flabbergasted, I have to be honest. Trump's cameo scene in the holiday classic Home Alone 2 Lost in New York was cut from showings of the movie on CBC this month. The edit was noted by viewers on Twitter, some who praised the network for the move and others who laminated the decision. CBC told comicbook.com, which first reported backlash to the edit, that the movie was edited not for political purposes but to allow for commercials. So you just happen to cut Trump's scene out for commercials. As it is often the case with features adapted for TV, Home Alone 2 was edited to allow for commercial time within the format. It appears the Trump-free edit might not be new for the network, with at least one Twitter user mentioning it as far back as December 2015. The Hill reached out to CBC for comment and to confirm if this edit has been used in previous years prior to Trump's election. Trump mentioned his Home Alone 2 cameo on Christmas Eve while speaking to military service members in a teleconference. Well, I'm in Home Alone 2, and a lot of people mention it every year, especially around Christmas. They say, I just saw you, especially young kids. They say, I just saw you on the movie. They don't see me on TV as they do in the movie, but it's been a good movie, and I was a little bit younger, to put it mildly, and it was an honor to do it. Very, very, very true. I have to say that it was an honor. I'm glad the president recognizes this. Because the reason I'm saying it was an honor is because not only do we get him in the movie, which I think added to the movie, added some pop culture to it, it also now forever he's been memorialized in Home Alone 2 in this positive light. Trump added that the movie became one of the biggest Christmas hits, so it's an honor to be involved in something like that. You always like to see success, he said. So, CBC has not commented on whether or not this edit has been used prior to his election. So, Twitter is freaking out about it. Defund the CBC is currently, it was trending. And, oh, here we go. One second, guys.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
I love this movie. It's fantastic. So you can see the proper version here, and then the terrible CBC version was in the bottom left there. Again, if this was not a political move like they're claiming, which they need to prove this because CBC is well known to be a mouthpiece of the Liberals here in Canada, which is fine. Every news organization has a bias. I myself, as a YouTuber, I even have, like, I'm socially conservative. I'm a conservative. But anyone who reports, anyone who is in the news business, broadcasting, etc., needs to try to minimize their own political bias when presenting information to maintain intellectual honesty and integrity. So the CBC needs to prove, not only to Canadians, but now to the world, that this was not a politically charged move. This was something they have done in the past prior to Donald Trump's election. If that's the case, as much as I think it's annoying, I don't think we can be as upset and outraged, we being people, supporters of Donald Trump, conservatives, I don't think we can be as upset about it, because if it was done prior to his election, even prior to him announcing, then there's no reason to suspect that it was anything other than what they're claiming. But again, I'd like CBC to come out and show us, show the world, show Canadians that this is the truth. Network cuts Donald Trump's cameo. At Renal, Donald Trump had one triggering line: down the hall and to the left. You might want to correct this article, The Hill. Trump's cameo was cut from Home Alone 2 only during its broadcast by the Canadian taxpayer-funded state broadcaster. All privately owned networks that played the movie in Canada did so without editing out at Real Donald Trump. Whoa. So, if that is true, then I think that puts an even bigger onus on the CBC to prove that this was not political. If other networks just showed the movie, okay, the reason that this is so wrong, if this was politically charged, is because this is the type of thing you'd expect to see in China or Iran, okay? Not in a democratic country. This is not what we should be seeing. CBC needs to prove to the people that pay for it that this was just a purely budgetary and business-oriented move and not a political move. CBC, this is on you. The day after Christmas, okay? Why don't you show some goodwill? Embody the spirit of Christmas and stop being such twats. Thank you for watching. One last time, have a wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I'm Daniel's Inferno.